Starting now, I will do a new video and I will upload it the same day if I have not done a video for a week. Just to sort of keep you all up to speed, sort of thing. Because editing the videos, or more finding the time to edit the videos, is not a high priority right now because I have a bunch of other stuff to do, whether it's just my house chores, time-sensitive projects, etc., driving, lessons, practice, tests, etc. So, here is what's happening with me. Okay, so I'm basically gonna run through the week. Work was normal. Nothing really exciting happened. Friday I had my driving test. I did fail it. Now, while that is a bummer, it's fine. I didn't actually fail on any like grade 3s, which are major faults. It was more what grade 2s, which I suppose are more classified as like minor faults, sort of thing. Where if you get too many of those, you fail. So, yeah. So here's the update sort of thing. I need more driving lessons. Probably private. Just cause long term it's cheaper sort of thing. Now I have started a few different projects / things I said I would do. Long term, one of them is actually a crochet project. Hold on. Which is actually this. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but this is actually going to be a scrap yarn granny square blanket. So basically I'm just taking all of my yarn scraps from various projects. I wound them up using my ball winder attached to my desk. And I'm just going to sort of work on this sort of whenever it is just a project to pick up and do when I have nothing else to do. So I'm just going to quickly put this back. Another project I started is actually a Pokemon project in my cubby over here, which is, okay, I did actually film it, but the thing is, I'm realizing that these longer videos, those are naturally going to happen if my crazy Thursdays, when I'm not swimming / working, become a more regular thing, or these convention videos or any of that sort of thing become more normal. Those will be longer, so I want to do like shorter sort of update videos. And then later on I can do like larger videos for these projects. So basically this Pokemon project I'm working on, I'll actually show you because it's right over here within arm's reach. So basically I will be taking Pokemon cards and I'm basically creating a dex. Like this will be the Pokedex of the original 151 in Kanto. As you can see, a lot of blank spots. The sleeves are here because I will be sleeving all of them, simply because I want to. So yeah, it goes all the way through the original 151, all the way here to Meltang and Melmetal. Well, they aren't technically part of the original 151. They are found in Kanto as seen in the Sun and Moon anime, I believe it is. And then over the page here is the start of Johto, which Johto is actually a region I quite like. So, for that reason, I will not be going to any conventions for a while because I need to go through all of my bulk Pokemon cards, and I mean all of them, to see what Pokemon I am actually missing for this living dex. Now, on that note, I have a trade binder, which is also right over here. It is under stuff. Okay, here you are an easy binder. I have this. It's a cheap ass thing. This is the only thing I want to use it for, otherwise I will throw it away. I will probably throw it away later on, but that's a different story. This has a bunch of different Pokemon that are actually really cool. I might actually use this coughing card here for my Kanto decks, but we will see. So basically this has a bunch of different Pokemon in it. Ooh, that Starmie V is nice. That Starmie V is nice too. So basically, I might just, I'm probably going to hold off on going to conventions because I have a lot of really nice cards in here. That's a Pokeball, that's a Master Ball, and that's a Pokeball. That's why they're there. And I'll sort of use them to sort of build up these binder Pokedexes, essentially. And these are going to be the game Pokedexes. This isn't going to be like the National Dex crap. Because I sort of want another way other than just like catching the Pokemon in the games and then just having them sort of sit in a box to remember them, sort of thing. And the Pokemon card artworks, a lot of the times they are different and they're beautiful. So I just sort of want a way to showcase them. This one is actually the start of my Paldea one. So I will be needing a binder and probably 3 binders for Paldea in total. Because with the DLCs, there's actually about 800 Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. That is so many. Now this is a long-term project. Like, this is just sort of a thing I'm going to do whenever the mood strikes me, sort of thing. But yes, that is a big reason why convention videos, that one I filmed last week. Yeah, last week. Those are going to sort of be more rare. So yeah, I will eventually one day when I am sort of sitting down to sort of do a long session with this sort of thing, I will film it. But until then, this is just sort of going to be a thing that I might spend a few minutes on, because I actually need to sort through all of my bulk and spend a lot of time with my laptop going on to, I love the website Cerebi for when I'm completing Pokedexes in the games, trying to catch the Pokemon, because for the games it's really handy because it has the evolution, how to evolve it, if there's any specific requirements for evolving it / catching it, and where it's found, sort of thing. So it's really good for that, but it also has all of the Pokemon in that game. So if you go Scarlet and Violet, it has different headings for Scarlet and Violet, which is really handy. It has Paldea, it has Kitakami, which is the first DLC, which is the teal mask, and then it has Blueberry Academy, which is the second part of the DLC, the Indigo Disc. So I'm probably going to use Cerebi to do this, because this is going to be like that whole thing. Now, to do Johto, there are games that have had remakes made. So that's the case of Kanto's had remakes, but those remakes are very true to the original sort of thing, where it has introduced some modern mechanics. For example, I've played Let's Go Eevee, and that has fairy types. The original ones don't, purely because fairy type was actually introduced in Kalos as like the new last type sort of thing. That was years ago. They're not going to make any new types, I don't think, because that would just be a whole other thing to learn, and I'm already pretty bad at type matchups, but that is a different story. So, there was a point to this spiel. But yeah, and some remakes have had it where like the dexes have actually expanded. So I know for a fact that Silver, Gold, and Crystal, in Soul Silver and in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the dexes expanded because you were going to 2 regions, sort of thing, in Soul Silver. Whereas in Silver, Crystal, and Gold, you were just in Johto, sort of thing. And then the same thing happened with the Unova remakes, where in black and white, it was just the Unova Pokemon. That's it. That is what Unova is sort of famous for, is that there weren't there weren't actually any of the other Pokemon from other regions in those games, which is actually a cool feature when you think about it. But in Black 2 and White 2, that changed where other Pokemon could be found. I know this through other people playing through the games. I have not bought them. I have not bought Black 2 or White 2. That is a long-term goal. I have a lot of long-term goals like that. So yeah, those are sort of my two long-term sort of projects. The other thing that has happened this week is my mom has bought me a car. Yes, you did hear me correct. It's a very old car. It's 24. It's going to be 25 at the end of the year. It's a little blue Yaris. I don't have it at the minute. But she is buying me the car. She is moving. I'm currently insured on her car as a named driver. Like, she's the policy holder. I'm just the named driver on the policy. I don't expect anybody to understand this. But basically, she's going to take that insurance. She's going to put it onto the little Yaris. So I'm going to be the policy holder. And she'll be a named driver so that she can sort of drive it in. And then I can drive it home from work, sort of thing. Because I failed my test. I'm still a learner. So I need her with me, sort of thing. But yes. That is the other thing that is the other major thing that sort of happened this week, is that she bought me the little car. But that is going to be a big expense now, so that's why I need to go through all of my sort of bulk cards, and I need to save where I can. So like, when I'm crocheting or knitting anything, I save the yarn scraps. I did make this hat. It is very cute. It is a little small for me, so one day I shall remake it, probably in different colors. This was a really nice yarn. It has a color change. Sort of has these color transitions on its own. Sort of thing. Yeah, you can sort of see in the center. It's really nice. But yes, but I will be paying for the lessons I take until the test. My mom has paid for the test. Yes, I already signed up for another one. And then I'm going to be paying for the fuel to go into this car. Realistically, I'm only going to be using it to go in and out, well, out of work all the time, sometimes to go in when I have weekend shifts. Weekday shifts, I cycle to Strat Ballet, I get the bus. That's another expense, but that's a 5-hour week sort of thing. So realistically, to keep fuel in this car to a level that I will be happy with and manage, it will be about probably 50 quid. So that is drastically cutting down on the amount of money I have for myself. So I was thinking of giving myself more money so that I could sort of spend it, but I'm actually thinking there isn't really anything I need to buy, sort of thing, long term. Like, I love, as much as I love having a monster with me when I'm crocheting on one of my free days. That's just sort of a little habit for myself. That's just something I've really enjoyed doing. It just makes this little time with my yarn and my hook even more enjoyable. But there are other things I can do that don't actually cost me money. Like, I can just make myself a cup of tea from downstairs or something like that. Which also cuts down on money. This does mean I'm not going to be getting a lot of takeout coffees or teas as well. And I will have to sort of rein in my other obsessions. For example, I got this last Saturday. It is Kuromi, and it is actually a really nice sort of sunset light thing. I actually really like the lighting it gives off. Like, depending on the angle, it's either more red or more blue or purple. It's really cool. But yeah, I will have to have better impulse control, sort of thing. So I'm thinking to avoid that when I am on the days when I'm going into a shopping center, when I'm going into Portlaoise, and I am sort of just when I'm not swimming sort of thing. Because that's a habit I need to get back into because it's a really good habit and I really love swimming. But I am going to need to make myself a list of either things I am looking out to buy at a good price. For example, that long coat for my Geen cosplay. And other things are presents because I have a little kitty and I can see her. The little queen of my heart is sleeping on the windowsill, completely oblivious to this. But yeah, I just sort of need to stay more on track with these things. I do really well with lists. So that's a thing I need to go back to. Because I did go through last month's spending on my part. There's definitely things I could have cut back on. But yeah, that's another long-term thing. And then, this is actually a good update. This update is on my mum's present. And I have gotten to say another new color with this. I've done maybe 5-10 rows, but I actually switched to, you can actually see it pretty well. I switched to this and I didn't even notice it halfway through my stitching today. It's really nice. My cat actually, and I have also learned something else. This is another sort of long-term saving goal. My desk chair, right here. I love it, it's secondhand. But I actually quite like sitting cross-legged when I'm crocheting, which is why I am currently on the floor. This is how I like to crochet best, because for whatever reason, it just makes my posture better. I'm just like, yes, this is nice. So, I've known I wanted to get a new desk chair for a while, just simply because this one isn't very comfortable. I always need to have like 2 cushions on it, for me to sit on it for any length of time sort of thing. And the back, it doesn't give much support. The back part here is often like out and it moves a lot because it's old. But yeah, for a long time I've actually been looking out for a new one. I'd say last month and a half. But that will be another thing I will be saving up for, sort of thing. So that's another thing. If I save money, and by that I mean I don't buy anything I don't need, the money that I save, it's not really going to go back into the car sort of thing. It's going to go into a savings account for me to get these long-term purchase things. I've mentioned it before. I want to switch to, switch to a better chair, a gaming chair sort of thing. Those are the main ones. My tablet was a thing I was thinking about into that list, but actually I will use this tablet until it dies of death, and by that I mean I actually physically cannot use it anymore. So until that point, this tablet is staying. I do have my eye on a different make. It's actually not too bad in price, I don't think. It's like 250 quid. That's like as much as this phone cost. So that's actually pretty handy. But yeah, that's sort of the catch up and rants done. So yeah, I just need to sort of be more mindful thing. I do also need to clean up this corner, but that is a different issue. So yeah, I will probably be doing a lot more multiple day vlogging sort of thing, where I will vlog snippets of lots of different days and just sort of put them into one sort of video, and I'll just sort of upload that maybe midweek. I'm thinking Wednesdays would be like a good stamp for midweek, because that's just one of the days that's actually working out pretty well for me so far, as me being freer sort of thing. Because I have work on Wednesdays, but like I have 2 hours between when I get into town until work sort of thing. Well, no, I don't. It's not 2 hours, it's like an hour and a half, but still. So that's actually my plan. Is if I don't upload for the week sort of thing, these sort of catch up videos will become more of a thing. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I do have other projects I want to do, like the vinyl stuff on my table here. I'm not really vibing with it anymore. I have a bunch of posters, like I'm looking at them all, and I could actually use them to go on this instead, so that's another long-term thing. I also want to change the background here. I want to move all the pictures I have up here, sort of make them more visible, sort of a thing. That's another long-term thing. So yeah, I'm probably going to do a few vlogs here and there, but I'd say this sort of catch-up weekly roundup thing will be working better, just for the way that my life is at the minute. Because another thing is, in 3 weeks I am going to be starting college. So yeah, that will be another thing. I do plan on keeping up this YouTube channel through college, and because if I can keep, so far I've been keeping it up during work pretty well. I think I can keep it up through college, but yeah, we'll see. So until next time. Okay, the little thing has decided to die on me. Until next time.